Good afternoon, everybody. Rusty Blackwood here, and I welcome you to my loft on November 18th. It's just 1 week before the American Thanksgiving, which is 1 week from today, and the following day is Black Friday. And so the time is really moving along. I did a video last week that really was a personal video, and it was I spoke about some things that were very personal and very special to me um, in many ways. I apologize if it came off sounding kind of hmm, how should I say, a little too open, possibly. I don't know. As I said in the video, that's me. I'm an open book, and I carry my heart on my sleeve. Um, Things affect me. Maybe sometimes maybe a little bit too much, too personal. Um, I've always been that way. As long as I can remember, if something bothered me, I wasn't one to keep it, tucked inside of me. I would talk about it to whose ever ear I could bend. A doctor told me a very long time ago that I spoke with that had said that you you should never ever keep feelings bottled up inside you. Um, they are they can do damage more than you realize, and if you are open and you talk it out, it can help you not only to deal with it better, but you'll feel better. Um, I find people that block things inside, and they won't open themselves, so they won't express emotion. They won't reveal how they really feel. Um, in the end, uh, it becomes stressful. Um, and in the end, um, it ends up doing more damage than good. Um, and so maybe that's why I am as open as I am, or at least I try to be. Um, I don't know how successful I am in the long run, but at least at least I give it my best shot and I try. And sometimes when you don't have someone to talk to face to face, next best thing is share it here. Share it to whomever wants to listen, or however they perceive it. Um, you know, I certainly did not do that video for sympathy or to garner anything except me being able to express myself, get it out of me, and it did help me. It helped me tremendously, and I hope that any of you that could be, having a problem or needing to talk, um, for whatever reason, um, we'll try it. Try talking to your webcam, and and you might be surprised at just how open you can be. Um, what you can get off your chest, and deal with it. Like, deal with whatever comments you might get. I'm sure that the majority of the comments that you will get, if you do get any, will be able to relate to what you're saying, and hopefully um, that too will be of help to know that you're not alone. You're not this ship sailing all alone out on these rough waters, and you can share your feelings with somebody else that might care, that might understand where you're coming from. And so, in that regard, I'm glad I did that video. Um, it's certainly what I spoke about. Um, I could have even gone into more depth than what I did, um, because what I was dealing with isn't just something that you talk about it, and it's immediately, it's all better. It's all gone away, and you feel rejuvenated, and you feel like, okay, I'm all better, it's all gone. Um, no, it doesn't happen quite like that. It takes a while, and depends on the individual and how they deal with things like that. But for me, I'm coping, each day. Uh, I've even managed to get back to my manuscript of Return to Autumn, which I think it's about time. Um, that book was supposed to be out by now, but that's not the way it turns out. So it will get there, it will get done, and it will get out. And I'm hoping that next year, although I'm not counting on it based on the last couple of years, but I'm hoping that things will turn around at least enough that I can go out and promote my work again, as well as all the other authors here in Niagara. I know that. I mean, I speak with a very good friend of mine. She's a lovely, lovely lady, and a wonderful, wonderful expressive writer. Writes romance primarily, and just sweeps you to these faraway exotic places, and her description and expression pulls you right in, and you're right there throughout the entire story. You're with the characters, and you can relate to them, and you can see through their eyes everything that they're looking at and what they're seeing. And I know that she has a new novel coming out, and she's experiencing these same feelings that I am about you know not being able to get your work out and tour around with your work, and meet the public, and meet your readers, and people that support your work and come to meet you when you do these book signings or these meet and greets and things like that different venues throughout the entire Niagara Peninsula put on, and beyond that. I mean, traveling all over the place. Um, the only time I've ever gone out of province to do a book event was back in 2011, when I went to Los Angeles to take part in the Los Angeles Times Festival of Books, and it's held once a year in the spring, and on the campus of Southern California, and so I went there in 2011 to take part, and that was with the first part of my very first Passion in Paris, the two-part. And the book that I went there to sign and to promote was Connections to the Past. And of course, that the second part was Directions of the Heart, and that two-part, I revised it, brought it back out in one which was a grand scale, Passions in Paris, Revelations of a Lost Diary. And I'm glad I did that. I had been given some advice, not to because of the size of the book. Um, but, you know, I can be stubborn when I put my mind to something, and I decided I wanted the entire story told in one book. Um, because when it's done in two parts, unless you explain um, to a prospective reviewer, an editor, or like a editorial review, um, that this is the first part of two parts, they give you a review and evaluate the story as the entire story. And so therefore, when you're doing a two-part and you don't explain the fact that it's a two-part to the person that's going to be doing the review, um, I mean, granted, there's no tie-ups at the end of the book of where it leaves off before the second part, it picks up. Um, so if they're evaluating the first part of a two-part book, where there's no tie-ups, there's no proper ending or anything, I mean, what type of review can you expect to get? And of course, this was back when I was still very green. I didn't know really. I didn't know the publishing process. I didn't know. Um, I knew how to write. I've always known how to write. Um, but doing the process of publishing, I didn't know the steps. I had no guidance. I had nobody to show me. Um, and so I just bumbled along like Durwood Tugbottom, like he does. And trial and error, and trying this and trying that, and this didn't work and that didn't work, and something else worked a little better, so you remember that and you apply it the next time that you're going to put a piece out. And over the years, you know, um, it's been over 20 years since I've been a professional writer, and I've been a published author, self-published author, since 2009, and I'm working on, like, Return to Autumn is my 13th title, and and I'm also looking to do the fourth installment of the Durwood Tugbottom comedy series. That's titled Durwood Comes Home, and it picks up after his and Robbie's jaunt to the Caribbean in Durwood Goes Caribbean, and that was a hoot to do. It was a great lot of fun to write that book. Um, but of course, the way everything has been in in the area, I mean, in the entire world for that matter, the way things have been, um, to write comedy is really the last place a writer can get their head into. And so for me, it's been next to impossible to get myself in that frame of mind to carry the comedy series on. And I can separate my own personal feelings from my professional feelings when I'm writing very well. But as you all know, I mean, with what's going on, and especially for those who have family, who have little people in your family, um, the way you look at things that's going on can be very upsetting, and it is for me, because the future of my grandchildren and my great-grandchildren, even my own two children, my own two boys, um, is first and foremost the most important thing to me, above anything else. And so, you know, it's just it's constantly there. It's just something that never goes away day or night, and it's always in the back of my mind. I'm sure for those of you, whether you have children or whether you don't, um, I'm sure it is for a lot of you too. And at times it can almost be overwhelming. And but you have to keep going. You cannot just lay down and give in, lay down and die or whatever, as much as maybe some of the elites in the world would like to see that. Um, you know, it ain't happening with this girl. And I'm going to do whatever I can, whatever I have to, whatever I'm called upon to do to protect my own. And I suggest and hope that all of you will too, um, because it's going to take every one of us standing together, arms wrapped around each other in hooks or whatever it has to be, standing firm and together and not complying, and just say no more. And so, but that is that's life today. It's life for everybody, not just me and not just a dozen other people over there in the corner or on another avenue or something like that. It's every one of us, and it's going to take every one of us in order to bring a stop to this madness, this satanic madness that's in this world right now. Um, Devil's having himself a heyday because he knows his time is now very, very limited. God wins this. We know that. And he will. Whether any of us will be around to see it remains to be seen. But we know. We know the ending. And that evil cabal is going down. It's just, it's something else. It's just, everywhere you look, it's just something else to add the stress level to everybody. But we're coping, and we are strong, and we will continue to cope because we are strong. And so I didn't do any special um, reduction in price for any of my work for Black Friday. A lot of people nowadays like to they are into their Kindles and their Kobos and things like that, and the prices on those are already low enough. So I don't feel guilty in not having a big sale for Black Friday. Cheers, by the way. It's just water. After my last video, I started with a cold, and it's on its way out, but it's been pulling me down at times, and but it's not winning. I am, and so I got right on it as soon as I started with the sniffles, and started to, look after myself and take what I needed to take, and started to fight this thing, and I am winning. I started with it, I don't know. It's been, today is Thursday. It's been almost a week since I have been, sniffling and blowing my nose, and hopefully not looking like Rudolph in the process. And but I'm on the winning side, and you know, with a cold, it usually takes 2 or 3 days to come, 2 or 3 days to have it, and 2 or 3 days before it finally moves on. And so I think I'm in the last run of this anyway. And so, as I was saying, I didn't put any of my work on sale for Black Friday, um, but because you know, even the paperbacks of them are not overly expensive. If you're a collector, I mean, The Perils of Autumn is available in hardback as well, and of course that's more costly, but it's really only collectors of books that are into hardbacks. I've got a very good friend who has followed my work from day one, and anything that's available in hardback, he always collects that. And thank you, sweetie. You know, I appreciate that so much. And my dear, my dear Texan friend, and so you know who you are, and a great supporter of my work. Just an overall great friend. Has been for well over 20 years, and so uh, I'm very blessed to have a few very good friends. Been there for me since my breakup with someone that meant the world to me, still does in so many ways. And maybe in time, you know, time will tell if what will be, if we find our way back or we don't. I wish him the best. He's a good man, and he's. I wish him well in the election race next spring. Um, he's libertarian and fantastic, down-to-earth, common-sense party that is very much grassroots conservatives, the way grassroots conservatives used to be, not this left-leaning liberal way of thinking conservative party of today. I mean, they've got a lot of nerve calling themselves conservatives with their platforms and their outlooks and the way that they go about things. Um, if anybody should be taking a stand with the way this country is headed, it should be the Conservative Party. The old conservatives would have. This wouldn't have gotten near to what it is today if the old conservative values were still upheld and supported. But that has long ceased being in effect, and so what needs to happen is, I think, the entire, on all three levels of government, right from municipal up to federal, needs to be, all the parties, they need to be gone and entirely start over, new blood. I mean, you can't do any worse. And there's a few good parties formed, um, and I have been reading different platforms because, I mean, I have been a member in good standing with the Conservative Party for on both provincial and federal for a very long time, but I'm ashamed to admit it. I honestly am ashamed to admit that I am. I mean, have no intentions in renewing the membership of either provincial or federal. No, no. That train has left the station, and no way, you know. Um, I'm not supporting. I'm not supporting parties that want to bring communism to our country and want to ruin our country. Um, Heaven only knows the liberals excel at that, and if liberals or Democrats are watching, you know, grow a brain cell and start to look around you. But I'm very taken with the Libertarian Party. Their platform is basically common sense, less government, because all these members of Parliament, and both provincial and federal, is not needed. It's just excessive waste of taxpayer dollars, and for what? And for what? Look around. Just open your eyes and look around. I mean, it does bother me because of my sons and my grandchildren and my great grandsons, their futures. Like, what is going to be there for them if things don't change? And so, of course, I care who is in power, and who. That's the thing, is power. They're all drunk on power, and instead of doing what's right for the country and what's right for the people of the country, they do what they think is right for their pocketbook. And that's all it is just power. And they're going to get it however many backs they've got to step on to get it, they do it. And so, and I'm not going to support that. So, I'm pretty sure, in fact, I have been seriously thinking of taking a membership to the Libertarian Party, and supporting them. My friend is libertarian, and I've spoken in depth with him about the libertarian outlook and what they take a stand on. And as I say, what it boils down to, just good old common sense that has long flown west, east, wherever it's gone to, down the tubes. But it's got to come back, and hopefully it will. If the right people are put into positions to do what they can to try to help, it will be successful. And so, I don't know if there's anything else that I want to discuss today. I just wanted to come on. As I say, next week is the American Thanksgiving, a week from today. And I don't know whether I will be doing another video before then. I will try. I will see how it goes. But if not, I hope that our American friends have a wonderful, peaceful, and blessed Thanksgiving. And remember where your blessings come from. The food on your table, the clothes on your back, the homes you live in. All that you have. Look around you. Look out the window. Look at nature. Look at the trees. Watch the birds. Where it's still warm weather and you still have flowers blooming, smell them. Take the time to touch and experience what God has given everybody. And, you know, celebrate the sunshine, celebrate the moon, learn about it, learn why they're there, their purpose, and you will be amazed when you learn all these things about nature and what it's there for. And climate change is not happening, people. We have seasonal change. We always have from the beginning of time. The seasons change. The temperature changes. Everything changes to what that season includes. It's always been that way, will always be that way. There has always been floods. There has always been hurricanes. There has always been tornadoes. There has always been earthquakes. They're there for a reason. Everything must balance out. And in the end, it does. So, if you're believing in climate change and all of this, please stop. Because don't give these fools that are trying to tell you that this is happening. It's just a money grab. Here in Canada, the carbon tax. It's just a money grab. Another way for the government to go deeper into your pockets. That's all it's for. And, I look back over the years, there was acid rain, there was all these plagues, and there was, HIV was going to take everybody out. Swine flu was going to take everybody out. If you do the chicken dance the wrong way, it's going to take you out. So stop listening to these idiots, and please start to use the common sense God gave everybody if they would only clue into it. So with that, again, I'm over the 30-minute mark, and so I'm going to say thank you for joining me again for this video today, and take from it what you will. I throw it out there. I'm going to speak my mind, and I'm going to believe what I believe, and I'm going to follow my path like I always have. And I hope that maybe some of the things that I say will, help some of you to understand situations in your life, and might help you to cope with them, like I've done throughout my entire life so far. And I hope that I'm going to have many, many more years yet to see what I can get into, and take from those things and apply them wherever they're needed. So for now, I'm going to say, wish God's blessings to each of you, and I hope that you all enjoy your Thanksgiving next Thursday in the States, and I hope to hear from you. Please like this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's free. Please make it grow, and share these videos out, and please comment them. If there's anything you want to ask me, please feel free to ask away. As I said, I'm an open book, and I will definitely get back to you. So for now, I'm going to say thank you, and so long.